Monday. So this week in math, we're going to be spending the entire week reviewing and sharpening our skills because towards the end of the week, either on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, you're going to be coming online with me on Zoom and doing your math assessment to end our first math unit of second grade. So we have been working really hard for around 2.5 months to practice mental math strategies for both addition and subtraction. So to show me your awesome knowledge at the end of the week, everyone's going to be coming on Zoom with me and doing their final math assessment for our first unit of second grade. So this week, I want you to really focus to make sure you have all our strategies down pat and are ready to show me all your awesome skills later in the week. So first up, we are going to quickly review some quick math facts, and we are going to solve these all with place value knowledge. So all of these we can quickly solve in our head because we know to add numbers or subtract numbers that are in the same place. So let's take a look. Our first problem is 74 plus 4. 74 plus 4. What numbers are in the ones place? What numbers in the ones place? The 4. And what about this? Yes, the 4 is in the ones place. So we can add these two numbers together since they're in the same place. 4 plus 4 is... It is 8. And then what do we do with this 7 in the tens place? Is there anything for us to add to it? No, there's not. So we are going to bring it to our answer. So we have 78. Can you read with me? 74 plus 4 equals 78. Awesome job. Let's check out another one. Okay, for this one we have subtraction. And we have 55 minus 30. So guess what? We can still use our place value knowledge. So let's see. What numbers are in the ones place? 55. What number is in the ones? It's the 5, but the 5 that's on the right. And in 30, what number is in the ones place? There's a 0. There's nothing there. So if we have 5 and take away nothing, what will be in our ones place? It's still going to be a 5 since we didn't do anything. What about our tens place? What numbers are in the tens place? They're the ones that are left. We have a 5 in the tens place, and we have a 3 in the tens place. Since those numbers are in the same place, we can subtract them. So 5 minus 3 is... It is 2. So our answer is 25. Read it with me. 55 minus 30 equals 25. Okay, another one. Okay, this one we have addition. It's 46 plus 50. We can add all the numbers in the same place. So, what two numbers are in the ones place? Tell me, what's the ones place and the ones place? What two numbers? The 6 and the 0. Add them together. What do you get? You still have a 6. Okay, what about the tens place? What two numbers are in the tens place? We have our 4 and our 5. They're in the same place. Add them together. What do you get? You get a 9. So our answer is 96. Can you read it with me? 46 plus 50 equals 96. Good job. Okay, here's our last one. Okay, last but not least, we have 38 minus 6. Can you just tell me what's 38 minus 6? Can you do that in your head? That is 32. 8 minus 6 is 2. Super Scholars. These are awesome ones that we can solve really quick, and the more we practice, the quicker we'll get. Okay, let's check out our learning target for this Monday. It says, I can solve math sentences by making the next 10 or taking from the 10. So we have been learning these big strategies for both addition and subtraction. Today, we're going to have to practice using them both. We need to have the ability to switch back and forth between our strategies, and that's what we're going to practice today. So, if we're using the strategy of making the next 10, we want to make the next 10. Is that our addition or our subtraction strategy when we're trying to make the next 10? What kind of problem was that for? That was for our addition problems, where we wanted to make the next 10 to make a 10 plus fact. So then, what kind of problem were we solving by taking from the 10? What strategy is our taking from the 10? Addition or subtraction? It's the other one, and our most recent one, that one was subtraction. So both of these strategies are really big and have us practice breaking down problems. So today, we're going to have to use both back to back and switch our mindsets as we work. So first, we're going to review our addition of making the next 10. And I'm going to bring up our 10 frames to remind ourselves exactly how this strategy works and why we're solving it that way. To remind ourselves just how to use this cool strategy. So, let's take a look. Okay, we're reminding ourselves of our all-important make the next 10 strategy. So we're going to be solving 47 plus 7. I just want you to be watching right now to remind ourselves how this strategy works. So in 47 plus 7, what we want to do is take some value from the 7, give it to our 47, so we can make it into a next 10. So let's take a look at what happens when I add 7 to the 47 we already have. So here we go. I'm adding 7. 3, 5, 6, 7. So I just added 7 to our board with our orange stars. So how much did I use from that 7 to turn 47 into the next 10? How much did I use? I used 3 from that 7 to complete and make the next 10. And once I did that, how many 10s did I have when I added 47 to 3? How many 10s do I have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 10s, which is what number? That is 50. So right now I have 50. And I need to add to this 50 what's left over to get my answer. And what is left over from the 7? What's left over from the 7 that I haven't used? That's a 4. A 4 is left over because 3 and 4 make 7. So now I'm going to combine my 10s and my 1s together and get my answer. So let's go ahead and do that. 50 plus 4 equals, we know that? That is 54. So what is 47 plus 7? It is 54, because we just proved these two equations are the same. So when we're doing addition, Super Scholars, we want to keep in mind this is why we're doing this strategy. We can see how it works with our 10 frames. So now that we were able to remind ourselves and see again how this strategy worked, we're going to practice it again on our own. So get out a whiteboard. Now I want you to get out a whiteboard and we're going to solve together. Okay, here we go. Okay, here is our problem we are going to solve all together. So I want you to write down on your board 64 plus 8. We are going to solve 64 plus 8 all together by making the next 10. Okay, so our first step, we can ask ourselves, what can we take from the 8 to turn 64 into a 10? Let's think. What is 4's pair to 10? What is 4's pair to 10? It's a 6. So we're going to take a 6 out of the 8 to make 64 its next 10. So can you go ahead? Can you write out this addition sentence and even solve it? What would be 64 plus 6? It's 64's next 10. What would that be? It would be 70. That is 64's next 10. We have 6 tens, and now we have 7 tens. That's just one more up. Okay, so we have our 70. We need to add the ones to the 70. What's left over? What else do we need to add to the 70? The ones that are left in our 8. So can you complete that number bond? If we took out 6, how many would be left over in the 8? There would be 2 left over. There'd be 2 left over. So now we have both parts that we want to add together. Can you write out this addition sentence and solve it? Can you write it out and solve it? This is a 10 plus fact. What would it be? It would be 72. We know how to solve these kinds of problems. So then, what is 64 plus 8? It is 72 as well. We just worked through this problem all on our own by taking what we needed from the 8 to make 64 its next 10. Awesome job, Super Scholars. So now that we've practiced addition, we're going to switch our mindset and go back to subtraction. So let's see, reset. But before we get there, I want you to move your body. So come and stand up with me, and I have a question for you. Are you standing up? So my question is, would you rather be a wizard? If so, you're going to act like a bird. Or would you rather be a ninja? If so, you're going to act like a snake. You're going to pick between a wizard or a ninja. What would you rather be? I would rather be a wizard, so I'm going to act like a bird for 5 seconds again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is it. We're all done, and we can sit back in our seats and be ready to switch to subtraction. Are you ready? Okay, we're switching our mindset and our strategy to solve 83 minus 5. 83 minus 5. So, Super Scholars, we've been practicing 83 minus 5 so much, I want you again to challenge yourself to do it on your own. Remember, the strategy we're going to use is to take out a 10 and subtract the 5 from it. So we're going back to our take out 10 and subtract 5. Go ahead, work on it on your whiteboard or practice explaining it out in your head, but everybody's going to solve with our strategy of taking out the 10. So, are you ready? Okay, let's solve. And we're back. Did you get the same answer of 78? Be careful down here. 3 plus 5 is 8. So make sure you added the ones correctly down here. Because 83 plus 5 equals 78. And we solved that. Look, we took out a 10, we subtracted the 5, and then we added what was left over together and successfully got our 78. Good job working on these on your own. Guess what now? We're going to switch it back, and we are going to go back to addition. So we have to switch our mindset again. But first, we all got to reset. Our last and final problem you are going to work on is addition. So go ahead and write down 53 plus 9. 53 plus 9. This is the strategy where we're going to make the next 10. You're going to take what you need from the 9 to make 53 its next 10. So we're going to start this together, and then you're going to finish it on your own. So Super Scholars, we want to take what we need from the 9 and add it to 53. So, what is 3's pair to 10? What is 3's pair to 10? It's a 7. So we're going to take a 7 out from the 9, and when you add that to 53, you're going to get the next 10. Okay, this is all we're going to start together. I want you to now challenge yourself to complete this on your own. We have practiced this strategy together a lot, so just test yourself. Complete the rest of the problem, and then come back to check. Remember, this is going to make the next 10, and then you need to add what's left over. Okay, let's get solving. Here we go. Aha, welcome back. How did you do switching your strategy and your mindset so fast? Did you get 62? Was that your answer? Because let's take a look. 53 plus 7 equals 60. That was the next 10. Then we added 60 to what was left over from the 9, and we got our answer of 62. So remember, it's okay if you made a mistake because you have this whole week to practice. So just check yourself and see where you might have gotten mixed up. Okay, Super Scholars, awesome job switching between subtraction and addition. You're going to do this exact same thing for your video today that you're going to show me on Class Dojo. So let's see what you're going to be up to today. Okay, Super Scholars, you have these two equations to solve. They may look similar, but they're not. They have completely different signs, which means you have to solve them two completely different ways. First up, we have 66 plus 8. You are going to solve 66 plus 8 by making the next 10. You're going to make 66 the next 10 and solve. Then you need to tackle 66 minus 8. And 66 minus 8, you're going to take out a 10 to solve and break down the problem. And in your video, I want to hear you explaining and talking about you solving both problems. If you are ready to accept the challenge, you can solve them in your head. But that does not mean you can just tell me 66 plus 8 equals. You need to explain how you solved. Just like you would explain if you wrote out the steps, you need to explain how you worked through the strategy to get your answer. So the only difference with this challenge is you're not writing anything down, but you're still talking about your math just as much. So you are on your way to switching between subtraction and addition. Our assessment at the end of our unit is going to have both subtraction and addition. So we need to practice doing both strategies. So remember, move slowly. Everything is helping you grow your brain. And I can't wait to see how you are preparing to show me what you know.